Okay, hello everyone. I'm just getting situated here. I know you don't see me on the camera yet, but I'm trying to get you close enough to see what I'm going to be working on here tonight. And just going to give you a little glimpse into some stuff that I'm working on. And I don't know if my head is going to be in this when I get in the front because I really can't see it. You know what? I should bring it up on my computer. I don't know if you all can see me, but these are three different panel doors. Let me close my music down. We're gonna freeze the music just a little bit, but these are three like actual panel closet doors. I got this piece of wood up here, like kind of securing it in place so that they won't move and they'll stay tight. And this is a triptych. There's three separate panels. Those are doors right there, and those are doors also. Giving you a glimpse in a series that I'm creating with all doors. And there's probably about 30 of them in the thing so far. But these are some of the ones I'm working on. So I'm going to go a little bit further with this. I did a video of this when I started. There's two other videos on here about this particular piece of artwork. So if anybody has any questions, I'm going to be shooting around the camera. I got to go on the other side to like look at questions and stuff. But if anybody has a question. But like I said, now I've used mostly bigger brushes. It was real abstract in the beginning. And now, and on these buildings, they're not made to be like, I'm not trying to make anything like photorealistic. You can see the buildings are on all contorted in all different shapes. And they start out a lot different than this. And so I'm just building. And I start with bigger brushes and I start reducing down to smaller brushes and adding in some other elements. And these doors were just raggedy, thrown out as trash. I cleaned them up. There's like a piece of paper that was stuck on here and over at different spots. And but when it all comes together, it's going to look really beautiful. And you'll be able to keep them at, separate the panels, keep them together. And I'm looking forward to finishing this one right here. And this is another one I'm going to finish in and adding a little bit more to those. But anyway, let me see if I got any questions so far. If anybody coming on got any questions, I don't want to miss if someone's asking or any comments. All right, Malibu Kim, what's up? All right, so I'm just gonna out of here. And so give me a chance to get more situated. I'm gonna turn a little bit of music on. And I'll be explaining to you what I'm doing as I go along. So let's get a little music on. Should still be able to hear me over the music. So relax. Don't worry, I'm going to be on for a while, so I think I'm going to put in a good hour. So we're going to see this transform quite a bit in this next hour. I just got to get my juice lined up. I have some of my paints together here. So I'm going to give you, I have a palette that I use. And these paints been here for a couple of days, but what I did was I take like an old piece of a towel or a sponge or something like that, and I wet it, and then I put the paper on top, and you put your paint on there, and it'll last for days, because acrylic paint dries really quick. But when I do this, I don't even put a cover over it, and it lasts for like a couple of days, 2 or 3 days. So the inspiration for these paintings are Horace Pippin and David Hockney. They're two artists that are, and then I wanted to kind of abstract them as well, and with a real like loose brush strokes. So there's quite a few artists that I admire that paint really loosely. So this is going to be a combination of loose, tight, loose, tight, loose, tight, loose. I don't want to stay completely tight, and I don't want to stay too completely loose either. So it's going to be a combination of the two, all melded within here. So I basically got the big blocks in here. And again, I encourage you to go back and look at part 1 and part 2. It's going to show you how I got to here. Obviously, I added and did a little bit more past the part of part 2. I don't show every single move. After I ended the last video, I went up. I probably worked on it another 2 hours to get to here. And now I'm going to take it a little further. So what I think I'm going to start at is I'm going to start and do a little something right here on this building, start getting this moving. And I'm going to use my gel press for a little bit for this. So let's do this. I got to kind of get my colors together that I want for this to go on here. So let me see. I don't want to do straight white and I don't want to do pink. So I'm trying to. I know what I'm going to do. Got it. Pay no attention to me. I talk to myself a lot when I'm doing this. Painting can be like kind of like almost like a lonely thing because you're by yourself most of the time. So I'm really pretty much by myself a lot because painting, you're by yourself. Not everybody's standing around and want to watch you paint all day on the days that you paint. So this is a gel press print. I'm going to show you a little bit more, but I'm going to do my first design. It's going to start right at the top of this building. I hope I don't mess it up and move it. And I think I probably did a little bit. And boom, now I'm coming down here. Gonna roll a little bit more. I don't like how that paint color looks. I'm gonna add a little bit of white to it. I want to add a little bit of white to it. So on the gel press, this is what I'm working off of. This is a gel press, and I'm putting this on, and I use this brayer here to roll over it. I don't want to move my camera, but I'm going to mix this white in there, and you'll see the color that I come up with. Yeah, I kind of like this better because it's a little bit of the broken color of the white. And I don't know why I didn't move these things out the way. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. I hope I can hit the same spots because I got to try to line it up again with it. Yeah, I like that better. Now I'm going to do another one. And it doesn't matter if I get a little on some extra spots. I can probably do one more. Bang. We'll put a little more on. This one moved a lot, so I brought it out. But I'm not trying to make it like this perfect little thing. So now I'm going to probably construct this building a little different. We did this here. I think I'm going to go at the top of the building. I'm going to use this little thing right here to go at the top of the building right here. All of this is gel press printing. I'm doing a class on this. There's so many different things you can do. I'm not using a brush yet. I don't think I like the way this is coming out. And this is the beauty about acrylic paint. I don't like the way this is coming out. I want, and this goes to show you with an artist, you don't always, this is behind the scenes. I'm letting you see what I would do if I try something and I don't really like it, then I'll just obliterate it. Which is what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to obliterate it. So I'm going to get the rest of this on my brayer to clean my brayer. I didn't like how that was coming out. But I am going to use a little bit of the, I'm going to use a little bit of it to put somewhere on here. I'll probably put, got this little kid right here. Really don't know where I want to put this. So we're going to bypass this too. I have to clean off this brayer. I'm going to be right back. I'm at the, beautiful thing about art, if you don't like something, you can completely change it. And so now I'm going to make a complete turn. I'm going to make a complete change from this. I'm not going to, I'm going a completely different direction. I thought that would look nice there, but I really wasn't liking how that was turning out. So I'm going to completely change this whole side. We're going to completely change this. And then I'll come back to this. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to get it started good. And I'm going to let it dry while I have this black paint out here. I'm going to, I don't care if that drip, that's fine. My brush is a little wet. Remember, I keep this nice and loose. So we're just going to go up like this. And I'm going to completely change this design in this building. We're going to take it all the way up this time. Here. This is going to stay completely. So, we're going to curve this over. Got more going here. See, this is one whole building going to be here. I had to go back with my big brush again. I didn't want to use the big brush today, but changing this over is forcing me to do it. Looks like this whole corner, looks like this whole section right here is getting like kind of dark. So I'll probably do something with the house down here to or lighten this up, or it just depends on the next step that I take the building here. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to bring that. I'm going to come over one more time after this dries with another coat of the gray. I want to lighten this gray up a little bit more, but I started to cut it in with the black. I decided I'm going to go with this side of the building. It's going to be gray, and then we'll build it from there. Which means I have to change this roof down here. I'm going to change. So we're going to change this roof over here. Just locking that in real good. Take this just over here. Don't worry, there's going to be a lot of cutting in and out on this. All right, then I'm going to add a little bit of white, kind of to lighten this roof up. I don't want it to be so dark. This part of the roof here. So you're going to have a little funky color house. And see, this is only the first layer. There'll be another layer of this that goes over. But I'm just cutting in my basic forms. It's going to be a little bit more detailed, but I'm just blocking stuff in, cutting in my basic shapes and forms. So I wanted to change that because normally if I was painting this panel right here, I would probably lay it down. But because I'm doing this video, I gotta sit it this way. So I kind of got to, because I like something like this to lay it on the table, to kind of work on some of the more up close stuff. So it's a little different than what I would normally do at this stage of the painting. So finding my way on how I'm gonna deal with this. And then back here, I got this little garage roof back here. I'm gonna make that a little bit darker because it's kind of in the shadow back there. So I just want to cut it just in. So that's that little back roof back there. And then the little front part of it, I'm gonna go real dark. Keep that like real dark, like this piece going across here. So I just made that little dark right there. And so that's the garage door setting up in the back. Then I'm gonna start with my first layer on it. Like right here, I really want this to come here at that corner. So I'm gonna actually bring this down to here, the first post. And then this post is a little closer, so I'm gonna bring this post like here. Kind of it's a little closer to me. And then I can cut it in when I finish the bottom right there. Which means that normally when I want to change something like this, I normally just get some white and go to the spot where I want to change. Like I want to eliminate that, and I'm going to eliminate this one right here. So I just wait till that white dries, and I can just start back over at that spot right there. And I'm obviously going to fill in some grass here. As you can see, I kind of got a couple little people here. Again, these buildings are made to be like funky. They're made to be super funky. Let me see if I got any messages. I'm coming to the back here. If I got any comments. Let's see. Okay. So now I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I started to work here. This has to dry over here. I'll come back to that. So you don't want to stay in one place too long. I'm moving around. So I'm gonna go and start working on this building right here. I'm gonna move to this section. So I want to make this look like some stone. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna come out. I'm gonna put. Once I'm going here, I'm just going. I'm not making any particular shape in here because these are just like big stones. You'll see after I start going over a while, I'm going to start coming together. But I'm leaving little bits of spaces in here. I'm doing some a little darker than others, doing some bigger than others. I just want to leave a little bit of space in there. So I'm just going to keep coming with this. It looks crazy now, obviously, I know. It does. It looks super crazy. And these are going to be some crazy windows down here. So I'm just going to keep doing this. Before I get a little bit too far, come in. I'm going to tie it all in. It's going to tie all in. Picked up a little bit of blue on there, but that's all right. That gave me an idea, man, to put a little bit of that color in here. Come back with the darker. I'm anticipating that I'll probably be done with this in about, I don't know, 2 weeks, because it's going to continue to like develop and it takes forever, like it seems like to do it. But I'll work on it a little, but I work on about 30 or 40 of these paintings at a time. There's a back section in my studio here, and you'll be able to see that. I work, there's probably 20 pictures on the wall in my studio. This here. The brush and put this down here, so I want to keep this kind of wet. And then once all of this dries over here, I'll come back and do my next thing. But I don't want this to get too dry for what I'm going to do next. I really don't want it to get too dry. I'm going to put here. All right. It's coming along good. At this point, I'm keeping it real loose, and I'm going to keep building on this. I don't want to overwork this section right here, but I just want to finish my last little bits of it. And so what I'm going to do is come up with this top right here. I'm trying to figure out when to come up with this. I think I'm going to put a little bit of brown in this. I'm going to put a little bit of brown on this post right here. And then I'm going to show, we're going to do a commercial break, and then I'll be right back. I'm going to finish what I want to do here, go to a commercial break, come back. Just mixing a couple of those things in here to kind of get the brown up, but I'm mixing a few different colors in here. Kind of giving me like almost like a dirty brown. And again, I don't want this line to be straight. This part right here is a loose part. I don't want this to get bogged down with straightness and a straight line. Not on this house here. Maybe on one of the others, but this has to stay so freaking loose. This has to stay real loose, this part. So I'm gonna line this right up here. And again, you see how loose I am. I don't care. I'm overflowing. The line isn't straight. I really don't want the line to be all that straight. Somewhat, but you know what I mean. Just not completely straight. And then I'm gonna really fast. Do this. I don't want to spend a lot of time trying to do this and thinking like, oh, is this line straight? Look how fast I'm going. I'm just going. I'm just going. I'm coming. I'm moving. I'm not hesitating other than to put the paint on the brush. But when I do the line, I'm not like spending a whole lot of time. That's not called for here. What is called for here is very, very like quick motions and quick painting. That's what's called for here. And I'm about to come in between there, but I'm going to come in. Just want to get the right color that I want to mix coming down the side of there. Try this. Okay, I think I got what I got. I got my brush loaded up. And boom, I'm going to come right down there. And I don't care if I hit the other line. Come in there. I don't care if I hit it. 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 You see what I'm doing? I just eliminated all of that. It's still loose. And then I'm going to take and do the same thing with this part here. I'm overlapping the lines a little bit, getting some of the other paint on here. It doesn't matter. This has to be quick. Then I'll come back over this. But you see where we're at. I didn't overwork any of the areas too much. That's not going to be the final color at the top, but it's the beginnings of what I'm going to be doing there. So I'm going to come right back, get a little bit more. I'm just going to come down here because I don't want those things. So, I want them to be kind of not over top. So you see, there we go. And I'm going to bring that same color right down here. Now, this has to dry before I can do anything else. But I pretty much got my basic structure. And last thing I'm going to do is come in. I'm going to cut around where my door is going to be. Now, this all is going to go a little bit more detail again after I go around it. But here we go to this point right here. Oh, I'm almost forgetting one of the really, really important things. Let me get that part in here. Mix some more here. One day I'll have an assistant in here and I can kind of, now all I'm doing is taking, and I'm pulling some of the paint that's there already. I want this to mix like this. I want it to mix. This is intentional. This isn't me like trying to be straight. This is all intentional. Again, I want to pull some of that other paint. And again, this has to be quick because I don't want to stop and think too much. This all has to be quick. No thinking. No too much thinking. Because there's so much. There's so much in here. And I'm like so excited for everything that's in here. But you can see where we're at this point right here. And you see I could just keep going with it, but I need for it to dry somewhat to take my next steps. But sometimes I get so anxious to what I want to do, and I kind of don't pull away. But I'm going to take that commercial break, and I'm going to get me some fresh water. I'm going to take a commercial break. I'm going to get me some fresh water, and I'll be right back.
While we proudly showcase the original artwork of artist Kenneth J Lewis Sr., we also offer an array of other products to complement your artistic interests. From charming coffee mugs and elegant note cards to stunning prints and captivating published books, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Be sure to explore our diverse selection. As a token of appreciation, we're delighted to offer you a special discount. Simply click the link in the description and use promo code KJL10 at checkout to receive a generous 10% off your order. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders totaling $50 or more. It's our way of saying thank you for supporting our passion for artistry. Start browsing now and enhance your collection with our unique offerings. We can't wait to see what catches your eye. #grateful, #much love.
I haven't gone far. I haven't gone far at all. So I just had to fill in some water. I got some water running in there for another brush. But again, if anybody's come on late, this is a series of doors I'm doing. These are closet panel doors. There's 3 of them. I've got them attached here. I'm creating these abstract cityscapes. And on these other doors, I'm doing people. And this is going to be for later exhibitions. So these are 3 of the doors. So if you have a door you're throwing away, give it to me because it'll be a part of my exhibition. There's going to be 30 of them. So I'm giving you kind of a peek at what I'm doing with them. Some of them have, I ain't going to tell you what they all have on there. But anyway, so right now, I'm building this up. There was a part 1 and a part 2 to this right here. So if you go back to my part 1 and part 2 abstract cityscape, you'll see how I started these out. But in the meantime, so now I'm building on this building here. It's a little bit wet. I'm going to leave it alone. I started by putting this black over here. This was actually red, and I tried something, and I didn't like it. So I painted the black over here. So I was waiting for that to dry, which made me have to change this roof in this house right here because I didn't want so much black over here. I was actually going to make this house gray. I'm going to change it. I haven't decided what color I'm going to make here. I'm going to be bringing some people along here. But I want to show you, I really can't show you. Actually, I can. This is how I start to form like people that are going to be coming into the picture. So this is how I would do that. So I'm going to let me get my brush here. And all I'm going to do is I get my color here. Kind of like a brownish, blackish, greenish color, almost shadowy, like when you put a little blue in here. It's almost going to be like, kind of like shadowy, like, and I need for it to dry. So let's say I want a person right here. I want a person going to this house. Again, this is inspired by David Hockney, Boris Pippin, and a number of abstract figurative painters that I like. Too many to list. So it's done sort of in that same style. With David Hockney, he had that real tight, precise, colorful stuff, and then the others had really loose. So I'm doing a combination between the two. So I make my figures, as you can see right here, but I start out like this. So I'm going to put a little dot here, and then I'm going to come down, and this will be one person here. Now, when this dries, I'm going to make that into a person. So let's say I'm going to have another person, like kind of standing here a little bit taller than them. I made the head a little bit too, so I got to put, I only want a small head, so maybe it'll be like a mother and a daughter or something right here that I'll build here. And then, because you got these people going over here, and then I'll take somebody that's really kind of close to the door, just to give you an idea where somebody would be right here at the door over on this side here. When this dries, I start to build color up on them, and which makes it look great. So this whole street is going to be coming up and down with people. Nothing's going to be proportionate, because in some of the David Hockney pieces, he will make the landscapes. It looks like it would look nice, but you will realize that the road far away was as wide as the road close up. He didn't want, he forgot about perspective and all that stuff and just put things on the canvas, which I love. So that's to give you an idea of what I'm going to do with the people. Something similar to that right there. But I'm going to keep moving along with this. So, oh, let me get my water. God, I just had the water running. All right. So the next area that I'm going to tackle and do a little bit right now is I kind of went further here. I'm not sure if I want to go here. I know I don't want to go into the grass and stuff. Maybe I'll work on this right over here on the house. I don't know if I'll just make that a white house or not. Nah, they're going to go on this building. Don't worry, I'm over here. I'm mixing a little paint. And I want to get out the way of the camera here. I just got to get the right color that I want to go around here. Kind of getting it here. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. And all I'm going to do, what I want to do is put a little dot in the middle here. So I'll put that dot there first. Don't worry, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just out of view. I'm mixing this paint here. So I like the way that subtleness is going around here. So I'm gonna close these in a little bit more. Everything you do here like adds to a little bit to it. So you see, I'm just bringing this out a little bit more. I'm liking that. I'm actually going to bring that same color down into here where I had this. I put that there earlier because I knew that I wanted to change that color down here, this section right here. Painting keeps you in shape. You see I move back and forth. And for those of you who don't know, I'm 63 years old and pretty much run every day. So the old man gets it in for sure. Now what I'm going to do right here, I need an even smaller brush. And I'm going to start working the edge here. So I'm going to come right in here and start digging into some of this edge right here with this. And it's real subtle. I don't want it to be too dark. Coming right along here. I don't want it to be too dark. A little thin line going here. Loving it. Want that line to come up here. Don't worry, when I get done, I'm going to take the camera down and give you like even more of a close-up. But I don't know if I'm not going to run that line across here. I'm going to run my line that I want to run from here. But this line will be behind that. And I'm going to keep it like that. I like to keep that concept. I don't want to go off that concept and make it as if this building bent that way. I'm going to take the same thing. And again, I'm just going to go down here. Boom. I don't know. Some people say painting is relaxing. It says sometimes I'm really amped up when I'm doing it. So you see how I got that subtle little this in. I'm going to bring that line over on this end. And I may make it just a tad bit darker, and I'm actually going to come down this with that line right over here as well. And I'm not trying to make it straight. I'm not trying to make it look like it's not rough on this end. I don't mind the roughness. I don't mind it. See how, and it breaks a little bit. In the end, you'll see what I'm talking about as everything pulls together in the end. But to go back and see how this started, you would not even believe it's here the way it started. Go back and look at episode 1 and 2. There we go right there. I'm going to do a little bit up here as well. And I'm going to bring in, keeping this real fine brush. What I'm going to do is, I'm probably going to put like a rectangular shaped window is going to go here. So I'm going to do something rectangular here. And I'm actually going to make this window be exactly like that there. So I'll make a window here, I'll make a window there, and then I'll bring this down as if there was another one here and I lost it behind there. So those are going to be 2 windows I'm going to work on. And I'm going to make them like triple pane, these up here. So it's going to be like 1, it's going to be 2. So I'm actually kind of sketching it in. And then with this right here, I'm just going to go and do another section inside like that. So I'm going to let that dry because I want to get close to these colors right here for this wall color. So I'm going to let that dry before I come back to that. So I'm just going to move to another spot. Okay, my next spot is my darn brush. It's one of my brushes I'm looking for. It's one of my favorites, and I'm sad somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay. Don't worry, I'm coming back over there. I hate not being in front of the camera sometimes and you can't see me mixing. But in order for me to give you the best shot where I'm at right now, I have to do it this way. So I'm going to try to keep talking to let you know that I haven't gone anywhere. So now I'm going to start with this building again. I'm still at D-size brushes. I'm going to go smaller when I get more detail. But again, we're making form at this point right now. So I'm going to take this, and I know that I'm going to make these. Now, normally if I have a building that's this big, the windows will be real tiny if I'm kind of looking at it. But I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to make the windows big, you know, because that's the beauty of art. You can do what you want to do with the art. So it makes perfectly sense to me to make the windows big. Makes perfect sense. So I'm laying the foundation of where my windows are going to be. This isn't the final. I'm just putting this where I want my windows. I don't know about any other artists, but one of the paint colors I always kind of run low on, and I'll be thinking about it, is the darn white. I don't know how I just load up more with the white. But so again, we got this going here. Far away building, close up windows. Makes sense to me. Makes complete sense to me. And I'm doing a brush stroke length and another brush stroke length. And again, I'm being it loose. I'm not trying to make this perfect. I'm moving at a pretty rapid pace. And again, all of this stuff is done in layers. All done in layers. And so you're just going to lose this last window behind whatever this thing is down here. And then on this side over here, why not just make the house is just this little doink, doink, doink. I'm at the windows. I'm a doink, 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 doink. That's all I'm going to do with this, just to get it going. Doink, doink, doink. And I'm probably going to put some little old sign up on this thing here, or the appearance of like some type of billboard or something right here on the top of the building here. But all right, so that'll go there. So again, we darkened this section. We're working on the roof right here. We put a little bit of the teal on this section right here. We're showing you how the people are going to be coming in. You can see the start of some people here. It's going to be full of people. There'll be shrubberies and weeds, all this stuff here. This color isn't going to stay. This is my base color, and neither is this color going to be here. This is going to change completely the color. And this right here is going to be a little bit more embellished. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do at this point. And then this is the other piece that I'm working on right here. Again, I put my third layer on this house. I'm creating like a brick type thing. This has to dry. You can see the paint's still a little wet on here. So right here, I need another layer of yellow on here before I go into detail. And again, this is all layering. And I'm actually going over these black spots here. I don't matter because my yellow paint is kind of transparent. And I don't want to put too much white in for it to lose some vibrancy, but I want it to stay like a bright yellow. So I really don't want to put white in it. So I'm going to just put another layer of yellow on. I'm just going to put another layer of yellow on here. I go right over top of it. And I accidentally picked up some freaking of that burnt umber. But that's all right. Can't believe I picked that up and got my yellow. But again, I'm just coming over top of this because I probably got to do 2 more layers of this. At least probably 2 more layers of this before I get to the yellow that I want and can start cutting in the building. 2 more. So when people say, wow, it takes a little bit of time to do this art, it does. It takes a while. Like sometimes you just go in there, like to get here, this is like day 4 of me doing this and of spending some time on this as well as doing other stuff. But this is the 4th day I worked on this and I'm probably about halfway done. So it's all right. And again, it's a triptych. It's 1, 2, 3. And I'm not talking about these pieces on the end. So I put another coat of the yellow on there. And so let me mess around with this over here. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow down in this base down here where this grass is going to be. Now, mind you, this stays busy down here all the time. I'm not really concerned about how this looks just yet. I'm just going to keep building one layer upon another. So I came up here with the rest of the yellow that I had poured out. And I started with that yellow right there. Now I'm just going to grab a little green, and that's it. And I'm coming right in with the green. Again, I'm abstracting this out. I don't want to make this, I'm not thinking about this too much because I'm not at the point where I want to do my final things on this bottom ground here. So all I'm doing is just picking up the paint, putting it on here, mixing some of that green with yellow, which is nothing but blue and green. I started to throw a little blue in there. But see, again, I'm just abstracting this out. I'm not really concerned where it's going. I wanted some of that pink to show through down at the bottom. That's one of the reasons why I put that pink on there. I wanted to show through a little bit. But now you can see I have another layer on this ground here. But I'm not to the point where I can do more. I'll take a little bit of this green that I have left over and just put it in some of this right here. Just to clean my brush. Because I'm going over this stuff anyway. I'm going to go over this anyway. But I'm not wasting the paint. I'm getting rid of some of the paint all the time. So you should go to my website and when you go to my website, click on workshops if you want to sign up for one of my workshops. And my website is kjlartsanctuary.com. You can email me at kjlartist. If you want to watch this rebroadcast, it's on YouTube channel, artist Kenneth J Lewis. My Instagram is kjlartist. Is my Instagram. And again, please, follow. And I want to show you something else here. Let me get moving over here. My next interview on my podcast is going to be a young lady. I think I have her thing up here. She'll be my next Sunday at 11. My interview is with Rebecca Eve Swan, and she's going to be my artist interview for next Sunday. I interviewed today, Saturday, Beverly today. I normally interview my artists on Sunday, but Beverly was going to go to church tomorrow, and she asked me if I could do hers today, Saturday. So you can see the rebroadcast of Beverly Keys Kelly's interview. It was a really good interview. She's a really amazing artist. So I urge you to go to my YouTube page and take a look at the interview I have with her today. And if you know any artists that's interested in being interviewed on my podcast, feel free to email me their information as well. So I wanted to give you like a little glimpse here of what I'll be doing, and I'm going to take the camera off. I'll show you a little bit of what's happening here. Hold on a second. I'll give you a little close-up view of what we have before I take off. So I'm going to give you a little closer view, because you can kind of see how everything is. See, I got the silhouette of the sky going in there, how that's all going to come into play. And then these buildings, how they're going to transform. Some are going to look like normal buildings, and then some. I can't wait to finish this house down here. And then again, you can see I just add the people. See, I just started to put a little subtleness here, and then I start to create them like people. Look how this person looks. It's a lady with a dress on, and I got another lady with a dress on. And here's someone that's behind this little concession thing. I'm going to work on them. So there's going to be a lot of people in here. And then you can see I'm starting to build this little brick house thing here. So I got to continue to build the layers, and that's going to look like a brick house at the end. And then we're going to have the sidewalk. We're going to have people running up and down. But again, here's one of my the panels, door panels that are being done. And this is Sarah Vaughn. And this is a young lady that I asked her if I can paint this picture of her on Facebook. Real cute. And I thought I'd do this picture here. I took her photo and completely changed it to this. This is one of the doors. As you can see, I'm not kidding. These are actual doors. And both sides are painted. And look at this little cute little boy I'm doing right here. But you can see it's still coming together. These are all first layers of all of this stuff. So I'm going to be so excited to finish this off. And here's my old palette I was working with here with some of the paints. As you can see. Well, listen, I'm so happy that you stopped by to look at, just get a little glimpse of what I'm working on right now, as well as some other things I'm working on. But I can't wait to finish this. This is going to be super amazing when it's done. And so I'm so happy and grateful that you stopped by. And, please like, share, and subscribe. And much, 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 much love.